It doesn't matter. We're here. You.
Save our kids!
Save our Glenfield!
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 Save our kids! Save our kids!
Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our Glenfield! Save our Glenfield! Save our kids!
Save our kids! Save our kids!
We say fight back!
They say cut back!
We say fight back!
They say cut back! They say cut back! They say cut back! They say cut back!
We say fight back!
They say cut back!
We say fight back!
They say cut back! They say cut back! They say cut back! Cut back!
NHS is here to stay! NHS is here to stay!
And so I'll hand straight over to Rory Palmer.
First of all, I think we should all say a huge thank you and show our admiration and gratitude to the staff, Aidan and his colleagues at Glenfield, who despite this uncertainty continue each and every day, every hour of every day of every week, continue to do the most extraordinary and important work despite this uncertainty, despite enduring this unnecessary uncertainty now for a second time. Now look, I can't remember a protest this big in the middle of Leicester for quite some time. That tells its own story. Now look, I've met some of these NHS England officials putting forward these proposals. I've looked them in the eyes. And let me say this, and many of us here know this, when we make the argument for Glenfield, we know that our argument is better than theirs. We know that our evidence is more compelling than the methodology they are choosing to use to put these proposals forward. And we know And this is really, really important because I've heard them try to defend these proposals. I've heard many officials and politicians defend difficult proposals. I've done one or two myself over the years. You have to believe in it. You have to have some passion behind your argument. There is no passion behind their argument. They do not have a strong argument. And let me say this, I look around this square this afternoon. The people power of Leicester, our petitions, our placards and our politics, our force of argument can win this campaign, and we must win this campaign. Because if we don't, if this children's heart unit surgery closes, it will be the beginning of a very slippery slope. Because I'll tell you what will be next. It'll be children's cancer services. It'll be children's intensive care. And you know what? Then they'll say a city like Leicester, you know what, you can probably do without a children's A&E as well. Because that's what happens. And that's why this campaign must be won and why it must go on. So I see many councillors here. We at the City Council will use all the formal power in our gift to try to stop this. But we need to do more than that, and we will draw strength from days like this and the campaign. So we need the petition to hit 100,000 signatures. So make sure you all share that on your social media amongst your friends and family. We need to get to 100,000 signatures as quickly as we can. But we need to continue to make sure that those officials many, many miles away from Leicester, some of whom have probably never been to Glenfield Children's Heart Surgery Unit, who won't appreciate what it means, who won't have heard from people like Ria and the other patients and families here today. We need to use all our arguments, all our power, all our influence, all our campaigning to get this reversed. And I'll tell you what, when I look around Jubilee Square this afternoon, I believe this is a campaign that can be won. It's a campaign that we must win. And by working together, people from all political parties and political traditions, those who couldn't give a damn about politics, people from the county, from the city and further afield, by working together, by standing as one, by speaking with one voice, we can win this campaign. We must win it.
Thank you, Rory, for that. And as Rory pointed out, we have to defend this heart service in Leicester, because if they can succeed in taking this away from us, then they'll come for more. And that's proved by the fact that all across the country there are campaigns trying to defend the health service, which is under attack. I just wanted to say that we got a message of support from Charmaine Morgan, who is the chair of the Save Grantham Hospital Accident and Emergency Campaign. They are actually demonstrating at this very moment in Grantham to save their A&E from closure. And we stand in solidarity with them, and they stand in solidarity with us. I'd also like to say that the support from families has been fantastic for this campaign. We have, I've just been told earlier, a couple who've come all the way from Africa today to support this protest because their granddaughter went through Glenfield Children's Heart Unit. We've also had many messages from families saying they support our campaign, but unfortunately they can't come, including some whose children are actually in the heart unit or in hospital at the present time. I'll just read one message out that we got. It says, my daughter Leia, who is 6 months, is currently at QMC in Nottingham, having her heart meds increased. Her care is run by Glenfield, however. We are hoping and praying we can make it to the protest, as we owe her life to the cardiologists at Glenfield. Leia had a heart attack at birth, which is extremely rare, and as a result her heart didn't contract properly. Her heart medication has allowed her tiny heart to repair over the last 6 months, and we're hopeful she can make a full recovery. We thank everyone who helps save poorly heart warriors each day. The next speaker is also a mother with her daughter who's been through the heart unit, Ashifa Fozdar.
Hi everyone. We're all here for the same reasons. We obviously know how important it is for us for this hospital to stay open, especially for my daughter Umayma. She was born with just half a heart, and within a few hours of her life she had open heart surgery. Since she's been born, I think there's been a cloud over a lot of families. A misery of knowing that our hospital services can be closed at any point. It's a heartache just to know that your children are going through such pain at such a young age, and we need all the support possible. Only as a mother I can tell you it's been a horrible experience, and this is one of the last things I need as a mother. Umayma is a living testament to what Glenfield Hospital has done for us. It's an amazing hospital. They have given us the best emotional support anybody could have given. The staff, the cardiac team, every single cardiologist. From the moment you walk in to the moment you leave, the support never ends. And we don't want this service to end. So let's stay united, let's help keep this hospital open as long as possible. And thank you, once again, thank you to everyone, thank you to the organisers of this march, this protest. Let's not stop. Please sign all petitions. Please be wherever possible, shout that we need Glenfield to stay open.
Thank you. Some of you are going to be here today because you have experienced the excellent care given by the Glenfield Children's Unit. And some of you will be here today because you work in the NHS and you deliver that excellent care. And some of you will be here because you are passionate about our National Health Service. But all of us are here because we know that the plan to close the Glenfield is wrong. I don't need to tell you that the outcomes for those children treated at the Glenfield, and we've heard from some of them today, are among the best in the country. And the NHS England themselves called the unit excellent, with patient satisfaction running at a mere 99%. I don't need to tell you of the knock-on effects of this closure. The impact on other services, such as children's intensive care and other specialisms, and that many families across the East Midlands, not just those whose children have a heart problem, will be forced to travel further to get their children treated at an incredibly stressful time. And I don't need to tell you that this cut is just a tip of the iceberg on the attacks on our health services. Now, you may not have heard about the Sustainability and Transformation Plans, STPs. These are the plans being hatched behind closed doors with no involvement from patients and staff in 44 areas across England, aiming to save your NHS money. The only way they can do that, like their attack on the centre at the Glenfield, is through closures of our hospitals and axing of our services. In Unite, we don't think of these as sustainability and transformation plans. We call them what they are: slash, trash and privatise. Instead of trying to destroy these services, why is the government not investing in them? The Children's Heart Unit at the Glenfield, your local health visiting service, community hospitals, St Mary's midwife-led unit in Melton Mowbray are all threatened by lack of funds. But let there be no misunderstanding. That is a choice. The government are choosing not to invest, choosing to destroy rather than develop, choosing to sacrifice the health of our families to fit in with their political views. Today we say loudly to the government and NHS England that our health service is about more than numbers. It is about people. It is about each and every one of us. the people who are treated by the NHS, the people who work in the NHS, and all of us who will continue to fight for the NHS. Remember that you must get your friends and family to sign the petition, and remember that Unite the Union stands with you all the way in the fight to save the centre from closure. Thank you.
As well as placards, yes please. I would also like to thank a lot of people who've helped in the campaign. And I won't be able to thank everybody who's done something in the campaign, but there's been a hell of a lot of work going to it. Dave Wilford, for example, who did a lot of the organising for the march and for the staging, the PA and all the rest of it. I'd like to thank all the stewards who kept us safe on the march, and in particular the Chief Steward, Heather Rolling. I'd like to thank all those people who've been collecting signatures on petitions, far too many to name, but people like Shirley, Jen and others who've been doing that work. And I'd also like to thank Tom and others on the organising committee of the campaign who put in a lot of work getting leaflets out and building for today. But the thing is, we need more people to get involved and to help. We need, firstly, you to sign the online petition if you can, or sign the paper petition if you can't. There are petitions at the gazebo. You can sign the petitions there, or maybe even take a sheet or two away to get your friends to sign the petition as well. You can share it on the internet, on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, to get more people to sign the petition. Because we do want 100,000 signatures on that petition. We need you to help in the campaign. If you want to get actively involved in the campaign, come and tell us and give us your contact details. Obviously, tell your MP and tell your councillors, because as Rory said, councillors have an important role in this process. The middle of December, the public consultation starts, and we want people to engage with that consultation. I don't yet know the details of what that involves. It'll certainly involve meetings and other ways that you can respond to that consultation. We want as many people as possible to respond when that comes out. If NHS England are still not listening to us, then the opportunity is for the local council health scrutiny committees to refer it to the Secretary of State, the government minister. And that's why we need not just the right arguments that we've been putting forward, but we also need that people power. We need the involvement of people to stop this from happening. We do not want to allow them to close this centre. I also want to make the point that, as Sarah said, this is part of a big battle. We have to win our battle, and we're focused on that. But we're fighting not just to save the heart unit, but to save the NHS as a whole. As I say, I've had messages, for example, from Gary Freeman, who's the Unison Service Group Health Executive Member for the East Midlands, who also spoke at our public meeting. He's speaking in Grantham today on their demonstration, and he sent a message of support. There's actually going to be, in March, a national demonstration called by a whole number of the local campaigns to save the NHS. And we need to get together with everyone who's fighting on that issue. The fact that so many people have turned out today shows how much they care about the Heart Centre. We will not give up. We will keep fighting until we save the centre. And I tell you what, if after the consultation they're still under threat, we'll be back here again. Only we'll get 10 times as many people to come here to fight to save the centre. So get involved in the campaign. Tell everyone you know about it. Get the signatures on those petitions, and we will fight and we will win. So thanks for coming today. Feel free to stand around, talk to people, sign up the petition, get involved. And finally, because Darren's just reminded me, one of the good jobs that people are doing as well is a bucket collection to help us pay for all the leaflets and all the material that we will need in the campaign. Darren stood near the stage at the front here if you want to chuck any pennies in the bucket. Thank you for coming. Let's make sure we win.